Hello, and welcome back to the channel. As you see here, at the end of the 24-25 season in our Leyton Orient Kit Quest career mode. Jamie Donley is the player of focus, so we're going to kind of quickly recap the season, how we did in the various competitions, kind of transfer stats, 4 goals and that. As you can see here, though, Tottenham won the Europa League in the save, which is pretty cool. Like a decky there with the trophy. Looks like they beat Galatasaray 3-2 in the final, which is pretty dope. Like that. So game mimicking real life there with Spurs winning the Europa League. But yes, let's get into things. I guess where to go is standings, like the bulk of a season. Let's check out how we did in the various competitions. So as you can see here, in League One, we finished at the very top, tippity top. Finished first in League One, so that's technically counts as silver. So this will be a successful kit quest and another one season wonder. This will be one promotion by winning League One, which, gets us some silverware and this trophy cabinet and all that. So it's a successful kit quest, which is nice. But yeah, so we finished with 100 points, which is pretty impressive. I don't know how much did Birmingham City finish with IRL this year. Let's look at League One. Last season's competition, not this. There's the table. Oh Jesus! I thought we were impressive. Birmingham City finished with 111 points IRL, so pretty solid, but not as great as that. But I'd say it's still a pretty solid season. On our part, West finishing first. Second is Birmingham City, who we're first for honestly most of the season. We were kind of sitting like in the playoff spots, like kind of up second. We go down a little bit if we lost, and kind of in around the playoff spots, and then at some point Birmingham City kind of like fell, and I guess we kind of overtook them and Bolton, because Bolton were first for a little bit as well, I think, but we kind of ended up overtaking both of them in the last handful of matches, even though we didn't play them. We having game matches against them kind of in the run-in at all. Yeah, so we finished there, 52. And then, yeah, so Bolton finished third with same amount of points as Birmingham City. Looking at the playoffs teams, looks like which obviously is Bolton. It's kind of a shame so they literally finished the same point total. They hit the playoffs potentially, as I've kind of stopped this after the last game of the season. So I don't know who kind of makes it through the playoffs or not, but that's it. So you'd think Bolton would make it, but Wickham here finishing fourth, finishing in a playoff spot. 23 wins, 13 draws, 10 losses, 61 and 40. And then fifth was Charlton Athletic, who Leyton Orient fell to in the league in the playoff final this year. Unfortunately, I was really hoping they would make it. Jamie Donley and Keeley would kind of help them get to championships. They potentially go back on loan there again this season, but it is what it is. Then to round out the playoff spots, it's Huddersfield with 80 points. So we kind of had a decent, like 80s up to 100 from the playoff spots to us at the top of the League One title. Which is pretty kind of decent amount. But I guess it is a little different because they play like an extra. Jesus, how many extra matches did they play? I can't do them. 8 matches. Also, I just realized these aren't the accurate results, so I probably should stop typing in my little spreadsheet as we go here. So I probably will stop doing that. That's what I've kind of been doing as we're going along here. But yeah, so let's keep moving. Yeah, so playoff spots aren't really going to change because Wrexham can't catch up to them. So but Bolton could hypothetically pass Birmingham City here. I didn't realize that. So yeah. But yeah, so us and one of Birmingham City and Bolton are getting promoted. Let's look at the relegation stuff down here. If that's all decided, looks like it is. So it looks like Mansfield Town, I think, and Shrewsbury automatically go down. Is that how it works? Oh no, it's like all of them just automatically get relegated. Damn, that's harsh. Jesus, it's not like a promotion playoff. Oof, that's harsh. Yeah, so it looks like Lincoln City, who we beat in the final day, Cambridge United, Shrewsbury, Mansfield Town are all going down. That's unfortunate for them. So yeah, let's go at the other competitions. Go Emirates FA Cup. I guess, next, because that's the next one on this little list here. Hold on, I'm just trying to get... Alright, so FA Cup. Oh, dang, Luton Town made all the way to the final, man. Manchester United beat Luton Town in the final. The FA Cup, that's pretty crazy for Luton in terms of how we did. Let me pull up my other part of the spreadsheet here so I can get to where we started. We started in round 2, it looks like. We started in round 2 with the match against Shrewsbury Town. Nope, okay, wrong thing. Jesus. Okay. Keep doing this. Okay, there we go. Wait, what? Wickham? I stupid. Oh yeah, wrong trophy. I look at the wrong thing. Jesus. Yeah, so round 2, we start off in round 2 against Wickham, who we beat 2-1 with goals from a giant Galbraith. That was play, obviously, because Leyton made to the 4th round and lost to Manchester City, where Donley scored that like incredible goal, which is why he's kind of the why we're doing this kick quest in the first place. So round 3, which is another match we played. We got matched up against, where are we at? Here we go. We got a matchup against Wet Spam here, as you can see. Finished 1-1. Kelman the goal, Donley at the assist, and went all the way to pens, which we won the penalty shootout 5-4. To knock out Wet Spam, make it on to round 4, where you would have thought we got a favorable matchup against Lincoln City. I thought, you know what, we just beaten them in a matchup in another trophy, which we'll get to soon. But so I thought, okay, we could probably beat them again. But as they lost, I had to quick sim it, and we lost 1-0. Unfortunately, got knocked out the FA Cup. So now if we actually do go to the Carabao Cup here, we can see Manchester City. City beat Aston Villa in the final. So how did we do there? Let me scroll back. So we started all the way in round 1 in this competition. And they made it to, I forget. Let me go back to here. EFL Cup. We made it to round 3 in the Carabao. They made it to round 3 in the Carabao Cup before getting knocked out IRL. So we got Morecambe 3-0. Ajay hat trick. Round 2, got matched up against Middlesbrough. Played that match with goals from Galbraith and Ajay. And then round 3, we had a sim, and we got matched up against Ipswich Town, a Premier League side, unfortunately. And had a quick sim. We lost 2-3. We had goals from Kelman and Sweeney, but it wasn't enough. And we got knocked out the Carabao Cup. The next competition, see here, a little bit of spoiler there, but start the EFL trophy, or the BSM trophy, saying that was the sponsor this past season, was so in our group. So this is like a funky thing. A funky thing about this, which is kind of interesting. It's like, is obviously IRL, these like this trophy features like Premier League sides U21 academy teams, and because those don't exist in this game, the groups are of 3 instead of 4. So first match I simmed when I shouldn't have. I should have done a draw to get to a penalty shootout, because the match that Leyton lost in the group stage was against, I think it was Arsenal's U21 team. So I quick sim, not realizing that that's how things were going to work out, kind of forgetting that the U20 academy teams were in the game like that. So we lost the first match against Tranmere Rovers in the group, 1-2. We then got a matchup against Shrewsbury away, which I then played, and we won 3-1 with a Jai hat trick. Round 2, we got matched up against Notts County, and that's so Leyton Orient went out round 3 in the competition IRL. So round 2, we got matched against Notts County, 1-2-0. Goals from Perkins and O'Neill. Round 3, a matchup against Lincoln City. As I said, kind of in the FA Cup section, we kind of beat them in a different cup competition, which was this. I quick simmed the match. We beat them 1-0 with a goal from Perkins. So that's why it was kind of helpful. We beat them in the FA Cup as well. But next up in the quarterfinals, we got Huddersfield Town. So that's I had to kind of look up. I went on SofaScore, kind of found like the past kind of matchups and did the whole randomizer thing. You got play for that. So we had goals from Kelman, Brown, and Donley in a 3-1 win against Huddersfield. Semifinals, we got a matchup against League 2 side Barrow. And so I kind of did the whole thing. We got to play. And we won 2-0, 2 goals from Charlie Kelman. And then the final, we got a matchup against Stevenage. And I again did the whole thing. We got a draw. So kind of slow sim the entire match. Went all the way through to extra time with no goals. We got to penalty shootout. So I was like, as I do, I take over in the penalty shootout because it's basically a crapshoot. So might as well let me try and make the pens and make the saves, see if you can get it done. And as you went to 7-6. So the only miss was in the 7th round, obviously. Stevenage's player hit I think it was either blasted over the net or hit the crossbar. You'll probably see it potentially in the footage at the end of the episode. But yeah, that was pretty epic. And we won a piece of silver here. So again, obviously this came first before we won the league, so I kind of knew going in, no matter what, we were going to kind of end it after one season here. So we won the EFL trophy, which is pretty cool. But in terms of the other competitions, let's kind of see, I guess, what went on in them. Even though the playoffs, we don't even know because the season's actually over, which I didn't really realize as I was doing my spreadsheet. So the Super Cup went to Real Madrid, beating Atalanta 2-0. Champions League, Inter against Real Madrid. So that we don't know. Europa League, as I said at the beginning, mimicked real life, and the Tottenham won. They beat Galatasaray in the final. And then the Conference League is Fiorentina and Chelsea. So again, that one we don't know how that went either, unfortunately. Kind of looking at other stuff, you can look at, I guess, the objectives next. So we're on the same page here. So domestic success was fight for promotion. We're obviously going to meet that objective because we won the title. FA Cup, they wanted us to hit the round of 16. We got knocked out in the round, I think it was the 4th round, which is round of 16. Round 32, sorry. So we meet that objective. Continental success, obviously didn't have anything, so we're not in any continental competitions. Youth development, we ignored. Brand exposure, 10 games of the goal. And home matches, 29 in our matches, we scored a goal at home. Financial is to make profit from youth player sales, which he did this one season. So that was pretty cool. In terms of transfer business, there we go. Let's go to the mailbox, I guess. That's probably where to go. So archive, here we go. So we sold Sam House to Newport for £210,000. Omar Beckles to Servette for $440,000. Loaned out Azim Abdullahi and Yalan Jayasamy. Then we sold Jordan Graham to Ghost Tepe for £660,000. Theo Archibald to Hearts in Scotland for £720,000. And yeah, that was all their outgoings. Obviously, player there. So that's kind of that stuff. In terms of incomings, I guess that doesn't get tracked on here. Incomings was Josh Keeley from Tottenham for £500,000 with a 11% sell-on clause. Dylan Marcandy was for £620,000. And then Jamie Donley for £925,000. But the problem, I guess, which kind of glad we won the trophies, this ended in one season, is the problem with this, and I kind of in the game in general, is like when you try to buy, as like obviously like a League One side here, like at his overall at the start of the season, Josh Keeley and Jamie Donley are like League One quality players, kind of based on the game. But because they're like at Tottenham, they're on like mad high salaries compared to like League One players, like a highest paid player going into this, according to the game, I think it was like £6,000 a week. Yeah, £6,000. Like a bunch of guys at £6,000 a week or so, or like our highest paid players. And they wanted like double or triple that. Like if you actually go in here, because I'm just looking at the stats now, that's kind of the last thing to do before we wrap it up here. If you look at like financial stuff, like Josh Keeley, he's on £9,000 a week, which honestly is not too obscene for like a club of this, but I'm sure like Jamie Donley's on £21,000 a week, which is like completely unrealistic for like a League One player to be making. So kind of glad that like this ended after 1 year, because they would have kind of had problems with the financials and stuff with Jamie Donley making that much. Because I think everyone else is pretty much, who are still kind of happy or neutral with their contracts, I guess. But yeah, so in terms of, I guess, stats though, let's check that out. Yeah, so Keeley Played 54 matches, 3 assists, 21 clean sheets. And then so I guess I'll kind of scroll through the rest of them here to check them out. Yeah, Jamie Donley here, so 17 goals, 16 assists in all competitions. Vast majority of those were in League One here. 60, almost all of his goals, and most vast majority of his assists were in League One, which makes sense. That's kind of the bread and butter. He did really well there. Ethan Galbraith also did pretty solid as our kind of backup 10. Then Charlie Kelman, though, absolutely blasted out of the park through 3 goals, 18 assists. Again, most of those in League One. But yeah, so some pretty crazy kind of stats from them. But yeah, so that's kind of it for this kit quest. In terms of what's next, not entirely sure. Again, it's kind of dependent on something kind of happening in order to the series I want to be next, but it hasn't happened yet. So as the time of me recording this, so it's not gonna. So I'm not really sure what the next series is going to be. So it might be what I want it to be, or it's going to be another kit or jersey quest. I'm pretty sure if it's not what I want it to be. But yeah, so thank you everyone. Check this out. Another successful kit quest in the bag. Another one season wonder. You know, I keep predicting they're not going to be. But so I'm not going to make the prediction for the next one because it keeps happening even though I say it won't. But yeah, so thank you for checking this out. Hopefully you check out whatever's next on the channel, if that is got another kit quest or jersey quest or the series I'm hoping it'll be. But yeah, thank you for checking it out. Hopefully you enjoyed it. And we check out whatever's next too. Thank you.
And now it truly is final. And we see the two sides of sport when the biggest prizes are decided. Such contrasting scenes.
Yeah, what a dramatic way to win. I think we can just about take a breath now. A brilliant achievement, though, and it's thoroughly deserved.
Well, they're not going to forget this for a long, long time. A proud moment for everyone involved with the club. And on the other side, well, in time they'll use this as a point of motivation. They've got this far, but it hurts without that one last step.
Yeah, it does, and you can see the difference in emotions from both teams. You've got to feel for them losing this way, but they're being respectful, which is great to see.
The celebrations in full swing. Well, those on the podium are already dancing in celebration as the rest of the players come up one by one, with the captain last in line, eyes on that trophy.
Well, they've really worked hard for this, haven't they? And this is their moment.
And after receiving congratulations, it is time to lift the trophy. And now the big moment, the trophy lift itself.
Played well, they deserve it. Now they can enjoy this moment. I know the fans certainly will.
These are the moments that are special in the career of every player.
Well, the fans travel all over and they're enjoying these moments just as much as the players, and rightly so.
Yeah, it's a lovely touch for them to take the trophy over to their loyal band of supporters. Cameras are raised, everybody's getting a piece of this.
Well, Guy, did they learn these dance moves off you?
I'm tempted to throw a few shapes myself up here. This is wonderful to be a part of. Well, these players will be celebrating long into the night. This is what it was all for.
Definitely, these are the pictures that you look at.
Blown for full time, it's official now. The champions have been crowned. Well, if you win the league, Derek, you've been the best team, and they certainly have been. And what great scenes we're seeing. Just look at the joy down there. They fully deserve this. They've been magnificent.
Their goal to be the best team in the league, and they've hit the target.
Well, they certainly have. They've been consistent, they've been relentless, they've been outstanding.
Yeah, you can see what it means to this tight-knit team. Real solidarity. And now they prepare to walk together in anticipation of the trophy presentation.
Well, it's now just beginning to sink in. They are the winners of this great cup.
Any second now, they'll be able to hold it aloft. All congratulating each other, and rightly so. The sweet taste of success. And they don't want to let go of that trophy, do they?
Absolutely not. They've worked so hard to win this trophy. They've been brilliant throughout the tournament. Been a top-class performance from them and their fans.
Full marks to the entire team, and now they get the chance to exhale and enjoy.
They've been brilliant in this competition, and so have the fans. They've really got behind their team. They've played a big part in this win. Just look at those faces in the crowd. Great stuff.
Really a match made in heaven between players and fans. And these celebrations are going to continue for quite some time. And now the players get to relax a bit and enjoy having the pictures taken.
Well, these photos will be cherished for years to come, won't they? Certainly ones to show the grandchildren.